Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Rainbow Tarot. I don't know where that came from, Virgo, so sorry. But yes, hello, Virgo. Welcome to Rainbow Tarot. I am Kia, and I'm so happy to be here with you guys. Let me tell you, I actually wasn't planning on doing a reading today because I just got back from like a little mini vacation. Just some time away, which was really nice. But up until this point, well, for the month of October, oh, and let me do my little spill. So, this is a video for the astrological sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus. This is a collective reading, so it may or may not resonate with you. Take what resonates, leave the rest. For crotch watchers, there may also be messages in here for you also. Sometimes energies can go vice versa. So again, take what resonates, take it how it resonates, and if it does not resonate, don't try to make it resonate. And also, if any part of this message resonates with you, please like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you guys so much for your support so far. This will be my second series of tarot readings here on YouTube, and it's really been a huge growing experience for me. And I just really appreciate the support. So yes, thank you. So getting back to your reading, Virgo, I had decided that what I was going to do for October is do the readings in order of whichever sign had the most views in my timeless video series that I made prior to this one. So I already have videos up for Sagittarius and Gemini. If anywhere in your chart you have Gemini or Sagittarius strongly, or you have them as your Sun, Moon, Rising, or Venus, those videos may have a message for you as well. Not Venus, oh goodness, Virgo. The reason why I decided to go ahead and do your reading is because when I got home today, I kept hearing Virgo in my head. It was just like all in my spirit. And I was like, well, you know, okay, I just won't go in order of views. I'll go ahead and do Virgo, but I'll do it tomorrow. And I just couldn't shake it. So here I am. It's all good though. I try to follow spirit. So there must be someone out there in the Virgo collective that needs to hear this message. Virgo, when I was doing your pre-shuffle and prayer, I got some interesting messages for you guys. I had a visual of someone in ropes and them being pulled along like on a leash. And a good chunk of the message I got for you guys was about holding someone on a tight leash, or control and needing to relinquish control. I also got a message that there's some of you guys in the collective that may currently be thirsting for something, like there's a strong desire for something in your life. Trying not to say that in a way that it's offensive to people or me trying to call you thirsty. I am not trying to call you thirsty, not accusing you of anything like that, Virgo. We do not judge here on this channel. But thirsting for something can mean anything. It could be a relationship. It could mean some sort of abundance in your life. Like you're just thirsty for something. There's something in your life that you want, need, desire, and it's not there. But what I also got was that whole tight leash. Like, I don't know if you're keeping someone on a tight leash, if someone's got you on a tight leash, if you have something on a tight leash. There's just something in your life, Virgo, that you're having difficulties letting go of, is the whole vibe I was getting. Again, for cross watchers, this energy can go vice versa. So it could be you that has Virgo on a tight leash, but because this is Virgo's reading, I will be reading from Virgo's point of view. So again, just take it as it resonates. And let's get into the tarot. So, let's see what energy is crowning you, Virgo, in the month of October 2019. What energy is crowning the Virgo collective in the month of 2019? So, we have the Five of Cups. This could be about some sort of loss, grief, dwelling on the past, something that's no more. is your crowning energy for the month of October. We're going to look into that deeper, Virgo, because nobody's got time for that. You got too much going on in your life to be dwelling on what's in the past and what's not for you anymore. What is at the heart of the situation for Virgo in the month of October 2019? What is at the heart of the situation for Virgo? Heart of the situation, 6 of coin. Generosity, equal give and take, reciprocity. What energy of the past is most affecting Virgo in the month of October? What energy of the recent past is most affecting Virgo in the month of October? The World card. So this tells me that something in the past recently came to an end for you, Virgo. And again, we're going to dig deeper into that. And getting a little warm in here. I have a fan on, but obviously it's not doing that much. See what energy you're grounded in here. Okay, Spirit, what energy will Virgo be grounded in the month of October 2019? Page of Coins as your grounding energy, Virgo. Okay. And let's see, near future. What's the most likely outcome in the near future for Virgo in regards to the situation, October 2019? Most likely outcome in regards to the situation. So, 7 of Wands. For the most likely outcome in the near future. This can talk about being on the defense, defending something that's very important to you. Can also relate to having your guard up. Can also relate to being cautious, you know, cautiously optimistic. But we'll see. We'll see what else the cards have to say. I'm going to get some clarifiers here. Let's clarify this 5 of Cups energy for you, Virgo, because again, the 5 of Cups energy can talk about grief, it can talk about loss, just like in this card where he's dwelling on the 3 cups that have spilled over in front of him, the city or the palace that he wandered from, and he's looking back on it, reflecting, kind of dwelling on what was lost and what is no more. It's kind of like a dark, sad card. But like in the corner here, we have the 2 cups that he doesn't even realize are there because he's so busy dwelling on what spilled out in front of him. And for some of you in the collective, this is the crowning energy. You're kind of seated in that energy. This is all in your head. And let's get some more details about what this is here that happened, Virgo. Because obviously there's something in the recent past, Virgo, that has recently ended. A cycle came to a close. And from the 5 of Cups energy, it's easy to say that obviously for most of you who is resonating with this story, it was not an easy close. It was not an easy ending. And you're still dwelling in that. So let me clarify this 5 of Cups here. Why is the 5 of Cups? Yes, the Tower. So, not at all surprised that the Tower card came up here. There was definitely a situation that came to a screaming halt, that crashed and just fell into rubble here. It was something that happened out of nowhere. It was unexpected, and it just kind of threw you, it just threw you for a loop. And I feel like there's some of you here that are wondering, well, why did this happen? Why did this have to happen? How did it happen? Could I stopped it from happening? You know, again, that whole control thing, because I feel like control is the main theme of this reading for you, Virgo, is relinquishing control. Some of you are holding on too tight, and I believe it could very well be because of this situation in the recent past that ended, and it's not something that you want it to end, obviously, else you wouldn't be dwelling on it. So, let's see. I can get another clarifier here. What's the Five of Cups energy crown and Virgo? Whoop-a. So we have the Five of Pentacles in the reverse. Focus. And I just pulled up this card at 10:10 on the recording. So if any of you have been seeing 10:10 or believe in synchronicities, I do. Definitely look into what 10:10 means for you. So Five of Pentacles in reverse. This is it in the upright. So Five of Pentacles talks about loss. It talks about feeling left out in the cold. It talks about some sort of lack. But in this reading, it came out in the reverse. It actually came out on the side, and when cards come out on the side, I typically read them in the reverse because it means that there's some sort of problem there within the card or something that needs to be addressed. So, Five of Pentacles here in the reverse. What I believe is that a lot of you, because you're dwelling on this situation so much, you're not recognizing the Five Pentacles that the divine has for you, this gift of abundance, this light coming in here that we see here, these Five Pentacles. I feel as though you're just not recognizing that at this time. And in this particular deck, it looks like there's like stardust floating down into her hand, but when you flip it in the upright, it's like she is depositing the stardust into the window is what was just brought to my attention by Spirit. I feel that you guys are, in the month of October, are dwelling so hard on the past and what you no longer have that you're becoming exhausted by it. Like you're just beaten down. Like how she's laying here and she's just like exhausted. And all of her energy is just floating down into that window, you know? It's like instead of receiving the blessings that the divine has for you, it's just like you're pushing them away. Like it'll try to nudge it towards you, but you're nudging it back, you know? Like you're not receiving it. And oddly enough, or ironically enough, at the heart of the matter, we have the Six of Coins here, which talks about balance. It talks about equal give and take. It talks about reciprocity. It talks about being receptive as well as being willing to give and be charitable, you know? And this is at the heart of the situation for you, Virgo, which leads me to believe that in your heart, like, you have abundance to get. You have so much to give. And you're willing to give it in the month of October. Like, I feel like in your heart you're wanting to give of yourself, but I still feel like there's still some sort of block here. And I want to find out what that is. So I'm going to explore the energy of the recent past here. The World card, which again talks about the end of a cycle. But with the end of a cycle comes a beginning of a new one, of course. So let's clarify that World card for you, Virgo. Where's the World card here? In the recent past for Virgo, October 2019. We have the Death card. And honestly, this is not at all surprising to me. Coming out with the World card. The Death card talks about transformation. The death of one thing so that it can bring about the birth of something brand new, like this white rose. Rising up pure and bright and white and just in divine light here, out of the dust from the skeleton, you know? It's beautiful in its own right. And so what I'm seeing here with the Death card and the World card, Virgo, is that this cycle had to end. This tower had to fall. This unexpected change had to happen in your life. It had to throw you for a loop so that it could put you on the right path to this amazing transformation that it's time for you to undergo here. It had to change things around for you, because there was something about that past situation that was holding you back. It was causing you to be idle. Can I get one more card for the World card here? One more card to clarify the World card. One more card to clarify the World card. Okay. Didn't want to come out. One more. Whoop. There we go. Three of Swords. Yes. So, unfortunately, with the Three of Swords, this tells me that the situation obviously ended in heartbreak of some sort. Your heart was broken and you were just left out in the cold. Which is sad, Virgo. You don't deserve that. Nobody deserves that. And it's hard to understand in the moment why these things happen. And I can honestly say from experience, it is not an easy process to come out of a situation of heartbreak and just being torn and weighed down and hurt. It's hard to see in the midst of that pain the good that's going to come out of it later. And even though I'm in a place now where a lot of good has come out of my most recent tower moment, there's still times where I look back and I would wonder, you know, still, did it really have to happen this way? Like, I don't regret it because I wouldn't be where I am now. But as humans, we still have feelings. We still hurt, you know? And it's important to process those feelings, acknowledge those feelings, and treat them with compassion always. But it's also important not to stay stuck in them. You have to learn to let them flow through, which is much easier said than done. Okay, I'm going to clarify this Six of Coin for you, Virgo, and see what it's talking about here at the heart of the situation. Spirit, why is the Six of Coin here for Virgo 2018? Why is the Six of Coin here for Virgo October 2018? Oh, the Hierophant. The Hierophant. So, before I say anything else, I'm going to get one more card here on the Six of Coin. Because the Hierophant encompasses a lot here. And I want to clarify. So, Six of Coin, what's the Six of Coin here with the Hierophant? Virgo, October 2019. What's the Six of Coin here with the Hierophant for Virgo? And I also want to bring it to your attention that there's 4 major arcana in the board. So this was definitely divine intervention of some sort. This had to happen for you, Virgo, in order to get you where you needed to be. And we have the Eight of Pentacles. So, with the Eight of Pentacles here, with the Hierophant, in the heart of your situation with the Six of Coin, I feel like this is definitely a time in October for give and take for you. The Hierophant can talk about some sort of commitment. It can be to self. It can be to someone else. But the Hierophant card also refers to institutions like the church and school, companies. it can deal with a lot, but I believe in your reading here, I believe that there's a lesson to be learned, because the Hierophant can also be referred to as like the teacher. And I believe that this situation here, especially at the heart of the situation, is this being a learning process for you. And you having to take the time to put in the work to acknowledge everything that's happened up until this point, Virgo, and why it happened. I'm also hearing give more of yourself for some of you. Give more of yourself. Because the Eight of Pentacles talks about hard work, putting in the hard work that you want to achieve the life and results that you want. Eight of Pentacles, putting in that work. Hierophant, commitment to that work. That's it. Committing to putting in the hard work to achieve the results that you so desire. And with it being at the heart of the reading, this is definitely going to be a major theme for some of you in the collective, is making that commitment to yourself and to anyone else involved, if there's someone else involved in this situation, to put in the work that's necessary in order to achieve the results that you want. I feel like some of you may be a little hesitant to give, even though this is in the upright. I feel like some of you are a little hesitant to give, and I say that mainly because we have the Seven of Wands here, which is being on guard, being cautious, defending something. But I feel for you, Virgo, in the month of October, it's mainly having your guard up. Again, that being in control of the situation. See if I can get another card for... Six of Coin here for you, Virgo. Six of Coin. Let's see if I can... Well... Okay, so the Hangman. Virgo, the Hangman can signify a lot. It can signify looking at things from a different perspective, for one. But I believe in regards to your reading, the Hangman is here talking about putting yourself in an uncomfortable situation in order to grow, in order to learn. There's a commitment that you may have made to yourself on the other side to experience this situation in order to learn a specific lesson. And unfortunately, it's put you in deadly waters at times, it feels like, in difficult situations. And it's like you're trying to find a balance of how much is it all right for me to give? How much is it all right for me to receive? What's safe, what's not safe? I feel like you calculate and you try to plan and you try to have order in the situation, but I feel like in this particular situation, there's no amount of order that could have kept it from reeling out of control. And again, Hangman is another major arcana here on the board for you. So this is definitely... Well, that one was... Ten of Swords, yep. Ten of Swords. So, Virgo, you guys have suffered so much, a lot of pain from this situation. But the good news is that with it being a 10 card, you're coming out of it. You're coming to the end of that cycle. Again, end of cycle. This cycle of pain that seems like it's been going on forever and a day is slowly coming to an end for you. You're right there. In the month of October, this cycle is ending for you, and it's a beautiful thing. Your time putting yourself in this hangman energy, feeling like you had to be a martyr, feeling like you're the only one who lost anything in this situation, like your tower fell, like you lost so much, you just feel left out in the cold and alone and just like exhausted, like how much more can life take from you, how much more does it want from you. But the good news is that this cycle for you is coming to an end here in the month of October. You're grounded in the energy of the Page of Coins. And when I think of the Page of Coins, I like to think of it as a seed that's just begun to bud. You know, it's still a tiny little bud. It hasn't begun to bloom. It's just the beginning. And I feel like you're seated in this knowledge, in this desire to explore and pursue this abundance for yourself, whatever this abundance may be. Let's clarify this Page of Coins for you. Okay. 3 cards and 2 are major arcana. So we have the Chariot, we have the Moon, and we have the 3 chalices, or the 3 of Cups. It's a lot, Virgo. This is a lot. Y'all are dealing with a lot. And again, this may be different stories. Take it as it resonates. Leave what does not resonate. But we have the Chariot here. And the Chariot is all about balanced forward movement, which is absolutely beautiful. I don't know why this won't focus. There we go. So the Chariot is all about forward movement, balance, usually victoriously. But in this particular deck, to me, this card, it looks like it's raining. And you have the light shining out in front of the car. Like he has his headlights on. With the dove, which to me, doves represent peace, hope, beauty, love, you know, healing. And he's being led in the darkness through this rainstorm by the dove and his headlights shining brightly in front of him. So to me, I believe, Virgo, that this is calling on you to move forward through this storm, through this rainstorm here that you've been going through. In the month of October, this shows you being grounded in this energy. You know, you have that inward desire, again, that thirst to move forward into whatever this is. Moon card also came out, and to me, the Moon card can represent deep emotions. It can also relate to the unknown, things that are hidden and not yet revealed to us. With this coming out with the Chariot, I believe that you're moving into a place that you're not quite sure of. You're not quite sure where you're going to end up. You're not quite sure where this dove is leading you. You know, you're not quite sure where you're going. It's dark. It's raining. You know, you can't see 2 feet ahead of you. And you're having to move on faith and move forward into this unknown here. Like you just don't know. And so you're having to relinquish control and follow whatever it is that's speaking to you within. And it's hard. It is so hard taking a step forward and not knowing where that step is going to place you. So it can be the most difficult of things. But know and have faith in the fact that you're being guided by the divine. And the divine will not lead you wrong, Virgo. I feel like you're holding so tightly onto that leash, trying to keep control of the situation and not let things just explode into chaos or roll out of control, you know. But this particular situation requires you to relinquish control. Three of Chalices or Three of Cups in some decks also came up. Three of Cups to me is about coming together with soul family and rejoicing and having fun and just relishing in the good times and what you have. So in the month of October, with this also clarifying the Page of Coin, I believe that Spirit is calling for you to know that this is also, even though things may not be the greatest and you still may not be where you want to be, it's going to be very important, Virgo, that you take the time, spend time with soul family, people who resonate with you, people who are on your level, people who support you. Come together, have fun, live life, you know. Take advantage of the support that you have in your life. So in the near future, we have the Seven of Wands, which again, I have said probably like a broken record 3 times, that it has to do most likely in this situation, Virgo, with you having your guard up and trying to keep control of the situation here. Like, I feel like for some of you, there's a passion, there's a seed that's been planted and it's starting to bud, but you're still kind of hesitant in letting it go and grow. You're trying to control and keep order and hold fast to what you think needs to be done in order for it to grow. But again, I feel like Spirit is calling for you to release control here. Let's clarify the Seven of Wands. Okay, all right. Well, 3 turned over. I'm going to keep them. So, we have the Magician, the Page of Pentacles, and the 6 of Wands. All right. Beautiful, though. Beautiful. One thing that's replicated itself is the Page of Pentacles here. Page of Coin is what was in your grounding energy. And it has showed up yet again to clarify the 6 of Wands. Not the 6, goodness gracious. The 7 of Wands. There's a lot of potential for growth here within the situation, Virgo. With these 2 cards coming up twice, definitely an opportunity for growth here. Potential for growth is it's there. There's already something budding up inside of you. But in the near future, it still shows you being kind of tight and not quite letting go or opening up to it. And we have the Magician card here. The Magician card talks about using your resources to your benefit to create into the 3D what you desire. With it coming out with the Page of Pentacles, I definitely feel like the Magician is calling for you to hold fast to this stirring, this desire to learn more and pursue this seed that's trying to grow within you. Because with the 6 of Wands here, now, something that's interesting in this deck with the 6 of Wands. The 6 of Wands talks about victory, moving forward in victory. However, in this particular deck, the 6 of Wands in its own right mimics what the traditional Rider-Waite is drawn up as the 6 of Swords, which is moving into calmer waters, which is what she's doing here. She's moving into calmer waters. She's riding into the sunlight, into the sunrise, rather. The sun is rising upon her, and she's moving into victory here. She's taking action, and she's being victorious in that action. Like, it's an absolutely beautiful card. So, Virgo, I definitely feel that whatever this is for you, whatever the situation may be, that is calling for you to take action and move forward, I urge you to listen to your intuition and what you should do regarding the situation. Whatever happened in the past, that tower that fell, that horrible situation that left you broken, that left you hurt, that left you feeling like there was just no hope in the situation, it's so important that, one, you acknowledge that it happened. Two, that you feel it and allow it to move through you, that you treat it with compassion, that you allow yourself to heal from it, to grow, to learn, so that you can take whatever you learned in that past situation and apply it to this new seed that has begun to grow inside of you. And the biggest thing here, Virgo, for whoever this message is resonating with, is that it's going to be important that you relinquish control, because the message I am receiving is that in that initial visualization that I had when I was doing your pre-shuffle and prayer, is that that person tied up in ropes is you, and that person also leading that person on a leash was you. So, Virgo, you are the only person holding yourself back from the Six of Wands, from this victory, from this happier day, from your sunrise. It's good to be cautiously optimistic, but not to the point where it holds you back from your growth. Which, I don't know why this is... There we go. Sorry, guys. So I know that this was probably a little heavy, but I feel as though there's at least one person who needed to hear this message. To know that the pain that you have been going through in this past cycle is coming to a close in October. To know that this is going to bring a time for you to stay grounded in this new desire and passion, this endeavor that is going to lead you to a place of abundance and success. And this isn't going to be just like a surface thing. This is definitely going to be something that you're passionate about, whether it's a person, whether it's a career choice, whether it's a hobby, anything that you're passionate about that you feel a pull in your heart to do. I feel that in October, you're going to have the resources to do it, to pursue it, and that it's going to be important that you don't allow yourself to be so consumed with needing to control the situation that you cripple your own growth. So, what I'm going to do now for you guys is I'm going to do an advice spread. But I'm going to do, instead of using the tarot for the advice spread, I'm actually going to use my Astro deck, the Numinous, because again, for some reason, I kept getting Venus, Venus, Venus. So I know that there's definitely one person in the collective, and I know there's a lot of Virgos, but there's at least one of you guys where this situation is definitely relating to a romantic situation. So I felt led to use the Numinous. So I'll be having to read from the book, so please do excuse me. This reading is going to be a tad bit longer than I anticipated, but I want to get you all the information that I can, and I want to give you all the support that I can in order to help you come to an informed decision on your own in order how to move forward in October. So, let's go, shall we? All right. So, I am not an astrologer by any means. I do love astrology. I love learning about charts and signs and how they coalesce with one another, you know, the moon cycles and how it affects us on the day-to-day. But let's see what advice we can get for you, Virgo, for the month of October. Okay. Here we go. I'm also a little tired, so excuse the randomness here. Okay. Holy Spirit, what advice do we have for the astrological sign of Venus, Sun, Moon, Rising? I said the astrological sign of Venus. That's what I mean. See, Venus keeps coming up for you guys. I have no idea why. But, yes. Holy Spirit, what advice do we have for the astrological sign of Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and or Venus for the month of October 2019? What information can we give Virgo in order to help them come to an informed decision about what decisions and actions that they should take in the month of October? Let's see what we got. Spirit, what messages do we have for the astrological sign of Venus? Astrological sign of Venus. There we go again. So we have Aries that just popped up. Aries, first sign of the zodiac. Active, self-starting, daring, fierce, assertive, fiery, exhilarating, innocent, on a mission, bossy, driving, sparky, courageous, selfish, macho, impulsive, argumentative, and competitive. Aries, fire sign, fire, passion. Okay, what advice do we have for the Virgo Collective for the month of October? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. What message do we have for the sign of Virgo? What message do we have for the astrological sign of Virgo? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Am I gonna get anything else? Would be nice, right? Oh. Saturn flipped over. For those of you that do keep up with the planetary stuff, I'm sure that you've heard that Saturn just went direct some days ago. So there's a lot of karmic cycles that came to a close, and from now until another point, again, I'm not an astrologer. Research it. You'll be reaping the karma that came from whatever actions you took prior to Saturn going back direct, okay? But in this deck, Saturn also talks about wisdom, discipline, structure, time, responsibility, tests, ambition, difficulty, restraint, grounding, practicality, self-control, tradition, realism, container, bones, maturity, gravity, scaffolding. Let's get one more here. I'm actually so shocked that Venus has not popped up. What we got. And we have Ascendant, Outlook. Ooh, can you guys see that? Ish. So, Ascendant or your rising sign. Worldview, mission, statement, expression, effect, role, mark, attitude, outer self, point of view, body image, aura, likeness, approach, impact, and first impressions. So, definitely confirmation from the message that I was getting before for you, Virgo. And I keep getting Venus. So, this message could very well relate to a relationship with someone. It does not have to be romantic related, but it definitely has something to do with a love relationship of some sort, of some form, is what I'm feeling for a good amount of you. So I feel like there is a possibility that for some of you, someone has come into your life. Could very well be an Aries, does not have to be. Could be someone that you knew before. But I feel like there is potential for growth here between the two of you. And I feel like this is an opportunity for you to pursue this. But as you pursue it, it's going to be important that you take with you the wisdom that you have learned from your past situations, that past hurt and everything. Important to take the wisdom, but also to not allow your outlook to be plagued by it. You know, don't allow your outlook to be plagued by it, by the pain that you experienced in the past. It's going to be important to allow this to be a new start, to relinquish control, to not try to control the situation, to just let it flow. to move based on your passions and what you feel is the right thing to do. Don't let your need to control the situation cripple you from building something that could very well be beautiful here. I'm gonna clarify the Aries for you. Excuse me. I'm so sorry, guys. My Virgoans. I'm so sorry. So I'm gonna do a quick clarifier. I'm gonna pull a tarot for each one of the astro cards here. Can I get a clarifier for Aries for the sign of Virgo? Oop. Yeah, full card in reverse here. So there's definitely some of you that are hesitant on taking the leap of faith. Spirit's calling for you to take this leap of faith, but there's something that's holding you back. And I feel that it goes all back to control. And relinquishing control is a difficult thing. Especially when you feel as though, you know, not being in control before is what caused everything to go awry. But I'm here to tell you, things happened in the past like they happened in the past. It led to past hurt. It led to a tower falling because it was divinely orchestrated. It was meant for you to go through that process in order to push you into this new cycle that you are moving into in the month of October here. So know that created an opening, created a pathway for you to take this new leap of faith, Virgo. Why is Saturn here for Virgo? Why is Saturn here for Virgo advice October 20? Two cards, Seven of Swords and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, so I definitely feel that some of you are trying to get the heck out of Dodge and avoid this whole situation. You're not standing in this Queen of Wands energy like you should. Instead, you're trying to make off with these swords. Your protection here. Like just trying to make off with these and not acknowledge this Queen of Wands energy that you need to be standing in the month of October. It's going to be important that you stand in the wisdom and the things that you have learned. It's going to be important that you stand in the confidence of your own ability to get these things done. It's going to be important that you allow your passion to lead you in the month of October. I feel like it's a huge lesson because I feel like Virgos, a lot of Virgos, and again, this is a stereotype, so it does not have to be true to you. Everybody is different depending on their chart, but typically one of the reps that Virgos get is that they can sometimes be control freaks, or they can sometimes be obsessed with things being in order or being a certain way. And when things go out of order, it makes them very uncomfortable, puts them outside of their comfort zone. For those of you that this is true, because, I mean, it's good to be able to acknowledge the negative aspects of yourself and the positive. There's nothing wrong with having order, you know. There's nothing wrong with having order. But there's also nothing wrong with a little controlled chaos. Just a little, Virgo, just a little. Stop trying to make off with these swords. Stop trying to run away and dodge out from this path that you're supposed to be taking on here. It's time for you to face it head on in this Queen of Wands energy. Let's clarify this ascendant. Why is the ascendant card here for Virgo? Why is the ascendant card here for Virgo? And the ascendant card talks about your outlook, your perception, how you view things, how you're viewed by others, your body image, etc. Ace of Chalices. Ace of Cups. Emotional fulfillment here. It talks about your cup overflowing. I think it's going to be very important, Virgo, in the month of October, that you acknowledge love coming in from others, that you acknowledge love of self, that you will that you allow love to flow through you from the divine, that you just let it wash over you, that you bask in it, that you allow this cup to cure your thirst. Because there's definitely some of you out there that are so thirsty. Like, you're desperate for something, for this fulfillment, for this emotional fulfillment, but you're so guarded that you will not allow this gift to pour in. And I feel that Spirit is calling for you to open up to receive this Ace of Cups, this emotional fulfillment, this love, this healing. To just receive it and allow it to flow through you, over you, around you. Allow it to change your outlook and how you view the world. Don't stay centered on what happened in the past. Don't focus on why it happened and why it had to happen. Just know that it had to happen. And that the divine is coming in to give you this Ace of Cups. And whether that Ace of Cups is in the form of self-love, whether it's love from another, it's definitely love from the divine, because the divine is always showering love upon you, and it's always there for you to receive it. You just have to be open to receive it. Okay? So that was a lot. I'm actually quite exhausted now, Virgo, but I hope that some of you got a takeaway from this message. I am going to end it here for the October reading. I have not decided whether I was going to do a mid-month of October. I may do a mid-month to see if, see how the story changes throughout the month. But for now, we're going to leave it here. Again, Virgo, thank you so much for tuning in. Please feel free to like, comment, share, subscribe if this message resonated with you. And also, feel free to follow me on Instagram at Rainbow Tarot. I had started posting daily energy readings, and I'm going to pick that up again next week. Things have just been kind of hectic with me lately personally, but I am going to hop back into it, so please feel free to follow me on Instagram again, Rainbow Tarot. And I'm sending you guys lots of love and light, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.